Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. So this time I'm playing in the large craft journal and I'm going to be working on a dark background. So I'm going in with night paint to start off with and just applying some of that onto the page. Then once it's dry, I'm just going to be going in with lots of bright colours and just swiping those onto the page just with one brush stroke. I'm going to be layering the colours next to each other, on top of each other, and just creating quite a busy, colourful background on top of the night. So the colours that I've used so far are ruby, tangelo, lemon, lime, turquoise. I also use magenta and blackberry. And then once the colours are dry, I then go in and layer again over the top on some of them. I think I also go back over the tangelo with tangerine just to brighten it a little bit, because I felt over the night it made it a little bit dark, just to make those colours pop out again as well. So sorry, excuse me, I've just been out on a dog walk and actually swallowed a fly. It's not very, it's made me a bit like I want to cough loads. Oh my gosh. So here you can see I'm just layering those colours, and each time another colour gets layered, it makes the other ones pop out a bit more. So this is so much fun to do. If this isn't something you've tried, I would give it a go, because it's a really fun way to get a background on your journal page, and it's a great background for masking over as well. Or, you know, sticking some monochromatic black and white images on top of, that would work quite well too. So still layering all the colours, going back in with the yellow. You could even add some fluorescence on top of it as well if you wanted to. But it's so easy to create this kind of background. And there are layers and layers of colour. This is my favourite pink from Amsterdam Acrylic. It's the Permanent Red Violet Light. It's such a pretty pink. I don't know what it is about it that I like, but it's definitely my favourite one. As you know, always talking about it. Then I'm using this Pieces stencil, and I'm going in with that. I was going to say that's white. I don't think it is. I think that might be carnation, just to add a little bit of contrast, and then going in with some blackberry, because why not, adding some more marks on top. So these marks kind of echo the marks that I've already made with my brush, just in a smaller way. And then I decided I would put some bits of the night back in, because they've kind of disappeared completely. As typical me, I've covered them over and they have vanished. So then going in with the night. Then this is the Circles for Painting stencil. Here I am using white over the top, and I'm just going to be adding some circles onto the background. So just to create some areas of calm, because at the minute that background is quite busy and it's quite a lot to take in visually. So doing this just creates some little areas where your eyes can rest, and just going to make it easier when I add the focal image. And then here I'm just using a black gel pen, and I'm just doing some sketchy lines around my circles, just to kind of, I don't know, just to outline them. But I didn't want to make it too obvious. So if I did it with a thicker pen, it would make them stand out too much. Whereas this way, it's outlining them, but it's not making them pop out from the background too much. Okay, so then I've got a tag from Dina Wakley. I've just ripped a bit off the bottom just to give it more of a sort of less of a neat and tidy feel. And here I'm just edging it with a blending tool and some black archival ink. I'm just kind of grunging up that edge a little bit. And then I am going to be using a stamp for my image on here. So here I've got the stamp from the Better Together stamp set from Dina Wakley. I've just added some black archival ink on there and I'm stamping that onto my tag. So then I'm going to stamp it again onto some printer paper and create a little mask for the image that I've just stamped, and then just pop that over the image that I've already put on there and re-stamp my stamp on there. So that means I can create a layered stamp effect. So you see here, I've just put that over the top of the image I've just stamped. I'm going to re-ink my stamp on the right. And then without moving that first one out the way, I'm going to stamp that again. And then it just means that you can get a double image there, but you're not stamping over what you've already created. So you can see I've got lots of faces on there now. Okay, so just using a bit of double-sided tape to stick that into my journal. And then I'm using my signature dots here as my mark making on the page using a white Posca pen. I also do go in with a white gel pen and add some different size dots as well. But you've seen me do this so much, you don't really need to watch me do this for ages, so I will skip to the next part. So here I'm going to be using a Molotow marker in a fluorescent pink and just adding a little pink heart onto each of those cheeks on the faces. And then I felt that my page wasn't balanced, so there were only 2 areas of mark making, so we know odd numbers work well, so I just felt to balance the page I needed to add some on the right hand side as well. This is something that you do definitely just start to get a feel for. This is the text that's on the text stamp that's in the Better Together stamp set from Dina Wakley. I just kind of felt it worked really well with the images that I'd stamped onto my tag. So I've just stamped that onto printer paper and that's just going to be stuck onto my page. I'm just using a Pritt stick to stick that down. And then just rolling it flat with a little roller too. And then I'm going in with my gel pen and just doing a bit of journaling and using kind of a semic writing. It's kind of slightly messy and loopy, not meant to be read, just journaling some thoughts onto my page. And again, you can see that gel pen was being a little bit naughty. Sometimes you do just need to wipe the nib on the end. It can get a bit gummed up with bits of paint and stuff, so it's good to try and keep it clean. And that really is, oh yeah, apart from some splatters that I did using some turquoise gloss spray, or pox as Dina Wakley calls them, just to add a bit of a contrast of colour. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create layers and layers of colour on my background in my large craft journal. So thanks for watching and I hope to see you again soon.